The name of our organization is the Artists of Color Collective. It is an organization for artists of color to connect on a bigger level in the Seattle area, because a lot of our artists are not represented in the galleries as much as they should be. And so our organization helps to put them onto the map a little bit better. And that's basically the beginning of what started it. So what I do is I'm the executive director of the organization. So I help organize a lot of the aspects of the organization. So I work with programming, I work with funding, I work with pretty much anything that has to do with the organization from a top down level. So it's all over. So the objective for the Artists of Color Collective is to support artists of color, so of different ethnicities, so African American, Mexican American, Chinese American, basically any artist that's interested in showing work and interested in being in a gallery and that hasn't had a lot of success. That's something that we want to support and be able to provide a space for them to do so. So what we do is we do pop-up galleries around Seattle. Sometimes we're downtown, sometimes we're in the park, sometimes we are at different galleries in Seattle so that, we can get more coverage and get more, help artists get a better fan base, I guess, something like that. So it's something that's really important for artists of color to get. So one of the founders and I, George Wynn, we were in a show, and so basically the show wasn't very supportive to other artists of color, and basically it wasn't a great show. It basically wasn't well advertised. It just seemed like a way that they were trying to make money out of the artists and not really give any money to the artists to, get the right patrons for the event. And so we thought, what would be the better thing is basically to have our own shows and have our own events and have things like that are more important for artists of color to do. So we decided that it would be a good idea to make a collective of artists and that we could make our own shows and do what we wanted to do and make them how we wanted them to look. So basically the most thing that I enjoy about working in the collective is the other collective members. It's getting the energy from those folks, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to wake up on a Sunday and do anything, and then sometimes I was like, I don't want to get up, but then I get up and I go, and then everybody's got high energy, everybody's ready to go, everybody's excited about the work that we're doing, and that's the thing that's been the most important thing. The second part of what I enjoy the most is working with kids and being able to teach our skill set to those kids is very important, because somebody might not be encouraging their level of art, and that's something that's really important. So someone to say, hey, you're doing really well, you should try this, or what are you interested in trying, support that artistic side, because it's not always just about math or reading or any standardized things. It's also about being creative and letting that inside part of you go too. So it's important. As an organization that cares for its people and people of people of color, and that it's basically one of the four runners in the community, and that people are able to recognize our symbol and see that it connected with service and connected with helping children and connected with helping other people. So that kind of thing. So, and being arts oriented in that way. So the biggest thing that we need is that we need people that are volunteers, people that are interested in helping us by volunteering their time or supporting our shows or telling people that we exist. That's something that's pretty important. The other piece is that we want to be self-sustaining. We want to be able to say that we are doing our best to support the community that we're in. We want to be able to say that we're able to support the kids that we serve. So that's something that we really need help with. So funding is a big thing. So any little bit helps. So we can do shows and do events and do all sorts of things for the people that are in our community.
I work for the Artists of Color Collective. We're an organization based in Seattle. We pretty much promote the artists of color, minorities, of different ethnicities, and we try to help out the community. Like putting on shows and teaching art and doing all kinds of stuff that's art related. I have been an artist for like ever since college, or more so like ever since high school. I've been pretty ambitious about my art career. I thought I was going to be like, Picasso or something. But, art is hard, and being in art world, you find a lot of difficulties. It's kind of like, you gotta like, search through the dark, So, the reason why I got into the organization is that, I thought like, in this day and age, especially like, postmodern or like, I don't know what you call it right now. It's like alt modern or like, all kinds of modern. But, this period of art, I think, people need to come together. You see that in like all kinds of famous artists. Like it's more group orientated than like individual orientated. So like by being like this, being an organization that's group orientated. We could help each other, and at the same time, it's like it's the standard practice of art right now. So we're just trying to like I think besides people's misconception of what the artist's life is, I'm just trying to like get into the times. So like I'm like right now. I enjoy really like connecting with like other artists, getting to know other artists and like having a sense of community or a sense of group in shows or in trying to outreach, like by having like the organization behind me, I feel a lot more confident or secure, and it's that I find enjoyable, or like the positive aspects of it. Because it could be like really like isolated or alienating sometimes. Okay, well, the Artists Collective is comprised of, painters, visual artists, drawers. We have spoken word artists, rappers, hip hop artists, And we just focus on overall, like, the art field. I would like the Artist Color Collective to be remembered as a positive force in the community, and like a reliable source for like artists of different backgrounds to come together. So, am I the co-founder?
Are you? I don't know.
So I'm the
Yes.
co-founder, and I do community outreach and event coordination and stuff. Yeah, and then I sprinkle some ideas here and there. So that's the general stuff that I do. Yeah, try to get spaces to show. But I do like, I do some art teaching, teaching art, yeah, painting, the art classes, yeah, that kind of stuff. Well, you can help the organization by supporting the shows, maybe donating. Hopefully, we'll have a Kickstarter campaign going on, so contributing to that, and yeah, and just buy our art.
Hi, I'm Ali Geronimo Bay. For me, I'm an artist. I'm 28 years old. I've been, painting since I was little. My position I hold for the Artists of Color Collective. I'm an artist for them, and I do kind of, I guess, marketing work as well. With them, meeting and greeting people. Trying to get our name out there. Helping the youth and everything like that. What's my reason for joining it? My reason for joining is because I'm an artist, and joining with other artists helps bring creation, My idea is a group of artists together, working to get our art out there, and also helping, children, stuff, helping out our community and whatnot. I've always been an artist, my whole life since I was, elementary, 4th grade. I've always chose an art class all the time. I'm not gonna call it a passion because I feel like a child with it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like children have passions. I think they just flow with it. So I would say I flow with it. I'm a painter, so I paint, and I can draw as well. I can do collage work, do all that. Success, whatever success means, helping the community, building myself as an artist, building the other artists that I work with as an artist, just building our name, leaving a mark in history. I would just say be true to yourself, grind, have a long-term mentality about what you're doing,
I'm Deontay Taylor, and I'm 21. So I got involved to free myself, you know what I'm saying, to get with people. Want to live their lives on a different kind of vibration, and who actually want to explore their hearts more and see what's out there. So that's why I did it, because I see people are trying to do that. So, oh yeah, and I'm an artist too. I write. I'm a poet and a writer. I've been writing since I've been like 9 or 8, so I love to. I have a big imagination, so I can express that through my writing. My idea of it is just people living I guess actually experiencing this world that we live in through what they actually are passionate about, not just finding a job or some ridiculous excuse to live. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually living what they want to do. And this is the idea that I see this starting as, or, you know, this is what I see them as being, you know, like they're just free people that just live their lives how they want to, I guess. Okay, yeah, it was when I was published at 14, like, or something. I think it was like 14 or 13. And when I first got that, I was just like, oh my goodness, like they actually messing with me or whatever. So let me go further, and then that's when I started writing short stories. And I used to do blueprints, like create these weird type of machines or whatever, and just like create a blueprint. Not really do nothing with it, but I just get it out though, and not keep it in. I just like my imagination. I don't know, just get it out there. Everything that's possible that I'm supposed to, you know, just be who I'm supposed to be and do what I'm supposed to do, and not really, like, you know, just live free about it and just flow with it and see how that goes. But I know I'm gonna be everything if I put it to it, so that's what I'm gonna be. Man, detach from the system and be who you want to be. And that's all I want to say, just detach and be who you want to be.
I'm Scribe the Verbalist, born Joseph Javane Woolman KB. I'm an artist from the Bronx. I live in Seattle, Washington, and I love it. Now, my position in Aocc is as an art instructor and as a coordinator with events and programming. My reason for joining Aocc is for the community, mostly for like the community, the artist community that I feel like I could be part of, you know, because that type of, just having that around me is like builds my spirit. For the opportunity to give something back to the community at large in an organized way, because I know I'm not personally the most organized person, but I just the opportunity to work with other people who have different talents and put those together and be able to do something greater than like the sum of all of the parts, you know, which is something that is important to me. Like especially now, I'm getting out of my 20s, going into my 30s. I want to like be leaving an impact, leave something behind when I die, because it's gonna happen. I'm just getting more close to realizing that, and you know, just having the ability to uplift someone, be uplifted by someone, even on the emotional level with this like roller coaster that we call, you know, art career, or just a life as an artist, or just life as a person. Being able to like I joined so that because to me, what I understood the mission to be from the beginning was like creating equity for like, it's an artists of color collective, right? The reason why it's artists of color that are all coming together is to create opportunities where other artists of color or just people of color in general wouldn't be able to experience art, right? So just like my purpose for that is to be that, like, to be part of bringing that balance. I'm a Libra, I guess I'm all into balance, you know? Being part of bringing balance is very satisfying for me. I went to an art high school for visual artists. Well, I mean, not the whole high school was. I went to the art section of the school, which the kind of art I was doing there was also drawing and painting. I've been drawing and painting my whole life. I'm an MC. That's what and MCing is like been paying the bills for me, modestly, but doing that. And I've been writing since I've been writing creatively since I knew how to write, which has been since a young age. My mom always encouraged that, like us having books around, reading them, thinking about them, talking about them, and like writing our own ideas, or just writing things down in general, just being on top of reading and writing. So that was always a natural part of my life. So when I started just wanting to express myself, drawing was always there. I always doodled and drew, but then when I wanted to really express things, it just came naturally. I didn't think to myself, well, I'm gonna express myself through drawing or through writing. They were both things that were always around me and always there for me and always supported. So it was just like when you speak to someone about how you feel, that's just how it started for me. I can, the earliest drawings I can remember doing probably I was probably about 4 or 5 years old, drawing trying to draw Woody Woodpecker and the Ninja Turtles and the Road Runner, trying to draw the cartoon characters I saw on TV, Popeye, and then trying to create chemistry projects in my kitchen, taking all the condiments and all the different things that I was allowed to mess with in the kitchen. And my mom taught me really early how to handle the heat and the stove and the oven, so that I can not burn myself or the house down if someone's not looking, that I actually knew the safety precautions. So I was allowed to be in the kitchen and do stuff, so I used that opportunity to experiment with imagination. I made cassette tapes out of paper that didn't work, but I thought they might be able to work with what I was doing. I was just always doing stuff that no one ever told me when I did those kind of things that I was just doing something silly or I was doing something wrong. It was just the only thing I ever got met with from adults with that was just questions of what is this about? What are you trying to do here? What how do you feel about? I never got met with any type of opposition to me just exploring my ideas. So I feel always been an artist, and that's why. What I plan to achieve is reaching people, and with the arts, either showing people an opportunity for how they can. Opportunity for an outlet to express themselves, opportunity for a way to contribute to society, opportunity for a way to just experience someone else's or to understand someone else's experience, just creating opportunities. That's what I hope to achieve. I hope to be able to create the opportunity for people to utilize art in a way that's gonna be better for using art as that common denominator, because we all as human beings create. That's what humans do. We all wearing clothes because somebody made those. We all live in houses because somebody made that. We all brush our teeth. Somebody even came up with that. Someone made that concept, and then someone made the toothbrush, and then someone made the toothpaste. So that's the type of species we are. And if we all can have a way to be in touch with that, whether it's observing it or participating in it, it just allows more unity and people to feel more connected to each other. Yeah, do is more important than planning. Doing is more important than thinking about it. Doing is more important than asking other people about it. Just do it. If you feel what you want to do is fly to Nebraska, then fly. What does that mean to you? I can start thinking about it now. Start thinking that might mean take a trip that you can afford to take that's closer to you, or maybe that means going onto YouTube and watching videos of people flying and really imagining it so hard that you really feel you're doing it. Just do it. Just be about it all the time. Anything that you feel you want or you want to achieve or you want in your life, just be in it, instead of trying to figure out what's the logical way to make that happen. What are the negative things that could happen if I tried this? What's his name? The comedian Jim Carrey said something I can't quote directly, but it was important. He was speaking out of college and at a commencement ceremony, I believe, and he was talking about his dad who was an accountant. His dad was a comedian though. His dad was he says, my dad could have been one of the greatest comedians of his time, of our time. But he didn't fully commit and pursue that career because he had a kid, he had a wife, he had responsibilities. So he felt he wanted to be safe and go into accounting, which is something you get a paycheck for. You're getting steady money. But when Jim Carrey was a kid, his dad got fired from that job, and they struggled, and they didn't have money. They didn't know where money was coming from most of the time. So even when you go the safe route, it can still go wrong. So you might as well go ahead and go all the way into what you really feel that will make you happy to do, because it can still go wrong doing what you don't want to do. So you might as well go all the way in. Just go in. Just start doing it. And you're going to make mistakes and things are going to happen that you didn't expect, but you just keep doing it. Because if you keep planning, every mistake that you could possibly come up with is what's going to pop into your head. And, planning is important. Thinking about things is important. Doing is, like Nikes, right? I don't know. Forget about that. But honestly, if I had to talk to any artist and tell them anything, I'd say don't talk to me right now. You better be doing what you do, whatever you do.
Whoa.